So when being homeless, there's a lot of emotional pressure, and it's like physical, mental, it's all of the above, because it's like you don't have anyone. You feel like you don't have anyone. The day that me and my son, when we had to step in front of Mary's Place, the shelter downtown, Seattle downtown, I felt torn. You know, I had felt like there was no one there. And I felt like, well, if I'm, stepping into this shelter, I don't have anyone, because if I did, it wouldn't bring down to the fact of me being in here. So when you're actually homeless, it puts a lot on you. It does. It takes a strain, and especially someone that is homeless with kids, it really puts a strain, because it's like you're trying to be there for your child and yourself, and now you feel like you can't even be there for your child.
Over the last year, the Federal Way Day Center has been open. We've seen over 1,000 people, and we've been meeting needs right and left. Now that we've really started integrating ourselves in the community, we'd like to be able to continue the growth that we've started and serving more clients and finding barrier reductions, getting folks jobs, getting them into housing, getting them whatever needs they have, helping find ways to meet those needs.
My name's Tanzania Stewart. How I got connected with the Day Center, I got connected through DSHS, and it's a program called Career Path Services. So when I came to the Day Center, I had been going through some homelessness, and also I currently had to quit my job, and it was pretty much through a sacrifice. It was a sacrifice because of me not having childcare and things for my son, so I had to choose either being far from my son or actually just quitting. So basically when I got here to the Day Center, I had been homeless for about a year and 6 months. We had went from Mary's Place, one of the shelters, we had went to Tent City, and then from there we were staying at my grandmother's. And in the process of staying at my grandmother's and also still working here, I was able to get connected with a couple of resources, and I was able to get my housing through a woman named Wanaki, and she actually works at the Day Center. She's actually the manager. I ended up getting my housing through Wanaki, and she had resources to Fusion Housing. I worked with a couple of people from Fusion, and it ended up so to where I was able to get my new townhome. I moved in December 22nd. Literally 2-3 days before Christmas, and it was very exciting. Now that we do have the space and everything, it's like so wonderful for my son, because he can actually be himself, run around, play around, and actually be the kid that he wants to be and he needs to be. When I first moved in, I cried. I did, I cried, and my heart was beating so fast. Like it was just one of those feelings. I've had it, but I hadn't had it, And it was just one of those feelings like, this is mine, I can actually feel like I've done something right, and cherish the moment. And I cherished that whole moment, So it was lovely. I would actually first refer them to Federal Way Day Center, and I would tell them that if they were to attend or even just stopping by to, see about the resources that we have, it's a place where it feels like family, it feels like home. You're welcomed here. Coming here, they would get help with their housing. They would also get help with showers. Also, we also have a community kitchen. It goes all the way to using the computers and also phones too. So they get all of the resources to actually find, more resources to actually get that help.
We make a difference every day. It may be a little difference and it may be a huge difference. To the 84-year-old woman who walked in on her walker one day and said, I am homeless. No 84-year-old, no one should be homeless. And so we made a big difference in a real quick time with her. Other folks, it takes a little bit of time. So we, embrace that. We continue to provide those little resources every day. It may be a pair of socks, but to that person that needed those socks, it's as important as housing.
If the Day Center were not here, in this area. I think for the clients, I think things would get more worse. And I say that because they wouldn't have anyone to go to, anyone to run to, or just anything for needs for just food, or just needs for just any type of gloves or just a hat. They wouldn't have those type of needs or any type of sources.